takes our advice, though. And when it comes to the fiscal side, he is on the Blue Dog side when it comes to fiscal order. He continues to talk to us. He has asked that the Senate pass pay-go rules. That's pay-as-you-go. You know, that actually basically says that we will not do anything that we can't pay for it. In other words, we're not going to spend more money than we are taking in. And, you know, most people do recognize what he has asked members of Congress to do. Now, unfortunately, the Senate's not listening. And the Senate don't want to pass that legislation. But he has asked the Senate, he stood by the Blue Dogs when it comes to fiscal responsibility. You know, much different and much greater than Bush from the standpoints of having a dialogue. When I would sit in the room with, on one occasion I was with Bush and it was a one-sided conversation, he got up and left. Very articulate, very extremely bright, great leader, an incredible amount of charisma, and likes to rough it up on the basketball court. I mean, you know, the first time you're thinking, this is the President Secret Service is standing up there, and you kind of give him an elbow a little bit, or you know, you foul him a little bit when he gets the ball, you know, let him know that you're there, but he lets you know pretty quickly. And this guy named Reggie Love, I had to guard Reggie, who was played at Duke. Yeah, I think he put about 40 points on me that game. But, you know, just an incredible leader and just very open, very direct, though. But his willingness to listen has just been absolutely incredible. You know, even when he feels like he's on the other side of the issue. And he's listened to, listened to the Blue Dogs in so many different ways. And, Blue Dogs aren't the guys that you see running on the TV. You're not going to, you're only going to see the far, when I call it the entertainment news, those people who get paid a lot of money to create as much controversy as they can and their ratings go up, you know who I'm talking about, right? Mm-hmm. Well, they never want two moderates on there that kind of see things in the middle. They want one person on one side and one person on the other where they can fight like cats and dogs and then turn around and what great ratings I have now. And the president has really taken that approach to really look and ask at all sides of it. He and I had about a 20-minute conversation, 20-minute conversation on Friday before the vote. And he said, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you to vote for the legislation. And I just reminded him that it didn't do the things that he had asked personally, bend the cost curve. It didn't, it certainly was over the $900 billion that he had asked for. And I told him that I look forward to working in conference and making sure that we can get a piece of legislation that can pass, that can bend the cost curve, lower the cost of health care. I mean, we don't need to be at 20-something% GDP of the health care in this nation. It's unsustainable. And we need to make sure we get people covered. And it wasn't I can't believe you. I mean, it was I respect you for your position. You've held strong in your position, and I respect you for that. And you know what? No one has, he's probably been the one person that, although he didn't want me to vote that way, has probably had the most respect for my viewpoint, far more than anyone, and that's why I've got so much respect for our president. I mean, I've been to the White House, no telling how many times. I mean, there for a while they kept saying that I needed an office over there because I was there every day. One of my closest friends is Rahm Emanuel, so a lot of times I get to go see Rahm a lot. Rahm's not as diplomatic as the president is. Are very well addressed, though.
We need to wind things down. The Congressman's got another stop to make, and this young man up there is headed for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Title VII at the American Disability Act bans workplace discrimination based on a person's race, religion, gender disability, age, and national origin. And the Employment Non-Discrimination Act will extend this coverage to include sexual orientation and gender identity. It does not apply to religious institutions or small businesses with less than 15 employees. It does not allow for preferential treatment or quotas. Why do you oppose this legislation?
Well, I think we've made huge strides when it comes to, obviously, for an example, race in this country. And we don't need separations. We need to treat everyone equal. And if you just start with some of those, you're starting to classify people all over again. We're starting to segregate our society based upon whether it be your sexual preference, your race, your faith, And I just don't think at this point in time our country needs to go backwards. We need to move forward, and we need to treat everyone equal. That's the reason we have laws in the books that we have today, and to ensure that if laws are broken, that we have the people in place that punish those who have done harmful things to people. And I don't want us to get to that point all over again, that we start segregating our society and specifically pointing out people. We are better than that as a country, and we can move forward past that. And the greatest thing that happened is we moved past it when the president was elected. Well, there's laws in place that actually prohibit.
But they don't cover sexual orientation and gender identity, which is what they do.
We can't be identifying people. It goes to the next point. Actually, my
it doesn't make the discrimination go away.
Well, here's a perfect example. One of my staff members has a little boy that just got glasses. Okay, first day of school. He's 6 years old. Might I add? He just got glasses, and he comes home and is devastated for what the kids were saying to him. So if we start from that point, is the next point we start separating another section of people, and then another section of people, and another section of people, and another section of people, and ultimately get to we've segregated our entire population in the U.S. When people do things that are wrong, we should fight against that, and I think that's why we have the laws that are presently on the books. And we shouldn't be separating people based on any sector, whether they're wearing glasses or their sexual preference. And I don't want us to continue to go down that road. This country has made huge strides in that. And that's what if you look what's happened, and we had our first African-American president. And we should be proud of where we've come. And really, in one sense, in a short time period, but it's been long overdue that we've made huge strides like this, and I don't want us to go back.
There was legislation that allowed him to get into that.
Well, thank you guys so much for your attentiveness, and we got a couple more events to do before the day is out. I greatly appreciate you guys, and sky's the limits for you. Work hard. Enjoy your time.